that, I want to welcome Steven. Steven's a partner to us here at Levels, content creator, entrepreneur in multiple ways, investor, fellow Texan, now that I'm down here. Steven, I really appreciate you joining us today. We'd love to hear a few thoughts from you on health, wellness, and your perspective as a creator in the space.
Yeah, so my journey with Levels actually started like 8 years ago, before Levels was even made, and I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes like 2 weeks after completing my first marathon. So I was like, what on earth is going on here? Long story short, I kind of just shotgun approach, cut out all sugar, carbs for the most part, but really didn't know what I was doing. Was then introduced to Levels from, I think my little brother just like took a screenshot of some Instagram ad and texted it to me. That was like 2 years ago. I've worn a CGM for over 2 years now. My whole family has worn one for at least 2 months. And I come from a family of 8, so there's a lot of us. And really enjoy Levels, really enjoy what you guys are doing. My background, I worked in finance. I was in venture capital and special situations investing. Left because I realized that I could make 10 times the money running an Instagram account for my wife and my mom. And that was 3 years ago now. And so now I invest in, consult, and incubate both influencers and brands. And I have a lot of fun doing it. Levels, I think, is a fantastic social media brand because it's so visual. And it allows you to take something that like typically is non-tangible and put it into a tangible chart, something that people can look at and like understand. And that's one of the keys to brands that succeed on Instagram, particularly, and TikTok as well. I'm super passionate about this. In fact, I am going to be doing I don't know if giveaway is the right word, but on my account where I essentially pay people to try this out out of my own pocket, because I'm just so grateful that I figured this out before I got full-fledged diabetes and had to deal with the problems that come with it. And so anyway, I don't know where you want me to take that, but
yeah, no, I think, first of all, awesome insights from your perspective. Obviously, you know, the angle of seasoned creators and entrepreneurs like yourself building this digital audience is, you know, it's key to our sort of grassroots growth, is getting people who can communicate directly with audiences to help them understand exactly what we're building and why it might be relevant to them. So that's huge. And hearing the hype in advance of the Try It program is exciting, because I agree. Like it's sort of it's a more gentle on-ramp into the technology platform for the long term. So thank you for sharing that. I know our team is devouring those insights. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your experience with the program, with Levels, with the CGM experience, and then transitioning into the Levels ecosystem. And then I'd love to hear kind of at the end, what's one thing that you would like to see Levels do that we're not doing yet, whether it's a new product or service or a change to the existing platform.
Yep. Okay. So 3 questions in there. It was my experience coming into Levels ecosystem, what I like about it, and what I would like to see changed. Is that right? So experience coming in, the first one I tried, Levels was so I've tried like 4 or 5 different like of your competitors as well. And I think Levels is the best. The other ones have parts that are great about them. But for a number of reasons, I think Levels is better. That's why I've come back to Levels. What I like most about Levels is actually a feature that I don't use anymore, but was like pivotal when I first joined. When I first joined, I logged all of my foods. I did the comparison stuff, and I got my scores, and I had this massive list of all of these different things and how they scored. And eventually you do that enough and it builds an intuition, right? And I don't really log my foods anymore so much because I already know what the scores are going to be because I've done it for so long. What I love about Levels now is that I can't cheat it. I can't lie to it. If I go eat a donut, right, like it's going to show up in my blood sugar. And so in this like kind of weird way, I just really like that Levels helps hold me accountable. And that's to be quite frank, my favorite part about it now after having used it for so long. Um, Favorite feature, again, going to the second question, favorite feature is definitely like the ability to compare and log foods and get scores. Again, I don't use it a ton now, but it's still my favorite feature, even though I don't use it as much. If anything I could change, two things. One was going to be, you guys need to come up with a one sensor try it system, because I did a poll on my Instagram like 2 weeks ago and like 15,000 people were like, and I put, what price would it have to be for you to try it? No price, 99, 199, 299. And like 15,000 people said said $99 and they would try it. So I don't know what percentage of those 15,000 would convert. I would imagine it's a lot more than 150. So that was the first change I wanted. The second change I wanted, which is probably more to your question, I would love to understand, and I don't know if the technology is there, but understanding insulin and how that moves with glucose. I'm sure Bickman's talked to you guys about that as well. But to the extent that's possible, that's the next thing I'd be interested in.
Awesome insights. Well, firstly, the accountability part is great to hear. I resonate strongly with that. Can't cheat it. But in terms of the try it, sounds like we're heading in the right direction there. And lastly, you know, our core mission here is to really express and educate people on the entirety of their metabolic health, their cellular function, mitochondrial health, and that requires us to have a lot more insight than just glucose. So with our in-home blood work and with our expert advisors like Rob on this call right now, we're helping people focus on the fact that glucose is really a symptom more so than a driver, and it's upstream insulin resistance that is super consequential. Whether we'll get to that continuously anytime in the near future is TBD, but we'll definitely get it discreetly through our blood work and through our educational stuff. So continuing to elevate that and having people like you help explain that to audiences is just huge. Like we won't be able to translate it through every sort of subgroup. And so just really appreciate you having that perspective and helping us to continue translating that.
I think in 5 years, everyone on the planet Earth is going to have worn one of these for at least 2 weeks, because you'd just be crazy not to. So excited about what you guys are doing.
Amazing. Well, Stephen, thanks so much for taking time to hang out with us today. It's the team really, we can't get these insights anywhere else. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for sharing that, and looking forward to continue to partner with you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.